Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. How exciting! Bitcoin is breaking out again of this sort of bear flag, and Bitcoin is currently fighting with the previous wave 1 high. This is pretty much what we expected in the current scenario, in the current bullish scenario, where we can count from here a 1, a 2, another 1, 2, and another 1, 2 setup. Here, temporarily, it was a bit unclear in which scenario we were. I mean, it was, for me, pretty clear it was a 1-2. The question was only, was the 1-2 just this one? Which it wasn't, because we made that stronger retracement down there. So it was only a wave A with an overshooting wave B, and then a C to the downside, which I explained in the last few days. In the end, it turned out that this was the A and this the B, the 2. So whatever, it's too early. It's too early in the morning, I can tell you that. So no, that this here was the wave 1 and this the 2, and we're now in the 3. So we're following this scenario. In line with that, we expected rising prices anyway, in line with the bullish scenario that I have been giving a 60% probability. So I'm currently leaning towards the bullish scenario. I showed you in previous videos my view that while a lot of people say this is a bear flag, we've seen evidence that a lot of altcoins broke out of these so-called bear flags to the upside. Bitcoin has tried it now for the fourth time. Let's see if the bulls are strong enough this time. But in contrast to a bear flag, what you do see here is something like a curve that is emerging, in my opinion. Yeah. So you see something like a curve that's emerging. Yes, of course, there's another way you could just draw this as another ascending wedge, which would be again a bearish pattern. So in the end, we don't know. We need to see with those patterns. They are not that relevant in Elliott waves, so still we want to keep an eye on them. But I gave you the key levels anyway that we need to look at. Maybe one more brief look at the daily chart, because I get a lot of questions asking me to revisit the daily chart from time to time. Overall, viewpoint here on the daily is that from the March 2020 low, we created a move up in a wave 1. We came down in a wave 2 here, as expected. Yeah, back in November, I told you we have to, and there was no bullish scenario there. We have to go below 28.6k. Yeah, I always told you, if there is, if we don't get to that level, then it will only be a bear market rally to the upside before we come into that level. And now, luckily, we are there already. And that fulfilled basically the requirements for this wave 2. The wave 2 consists of an A, B, C. Yes, there are a couple of other options available in terms of counting, but if it's following perfectly my wave count, why would I have to change it? So yes, there are different possibilities, and as soon as we can see that the chart is not adhering to this count or might be doing something different, we can adjust this. But at the moment, this is the way to go, and this has been like that since November 2021. If you ask why is this wave overshooting the previous wave 1, that is rather unusual. It's not that unusual in crypto though. It's an overshooting wave B. It happens when markets are very, very bullish, but we're actually in a corrective wave because we had the cycle top here, and this is also where the bear market started in April 21, in my opinion. We had an overshooting wave B. That's a corrective wave. A lot of coins did not manage to make an all-time high in autumn, like IOTA, XRP, XLM, just to name a few examples. I believe VeChain also didn't. And yeah, this overshooting wave B just, in my opinion, occurred because everybody was expecting 100k, but because it was only an overshooting wave B and a corrective wave, it just didn't have the power to do it. And then it reversed down in a 5-wave move in a wave C, which is an impulsive wave pattern. So far, this is perfectly working out. And we could now be in this 3rd wave to the upside already. Could be that this higher level wave 2 is already done, is already finished. Yeah, so at the moment there is a case to be made that the low is in already here at $17,600. Been telling you this is, in my opinion, more likely, a 60% probability. However, that doesn't mean it's 100%, it's a 90%. No, it's only a 60%. While I'm talking, we actually move higher. I would like to make a small change to the wave count because we're pushing higher without a strong retracement. So, I mean, it's currently working out as per the wave count, but before we move higher, I would just want to make you aware of the changes here on the chart. So yesterday I gave you my view that the wave 2 was finished here. After we broke out of above the descending trend line, that was the signal that we go higher. Yeah. which I also communicated. If we go above this descending trend line, it's a good chance we will not come any lower in the wave 2. And I gave you then my view in yesterday's video that this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can see already the problem. Wave 3 must not be the shortest wave. I think we're getting here now to a situation where wave 3 is possibly going to become the shortest wave. Not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. That wave 5 is pretty much limited to 24,836. So if wave 5 exceeds the $24,836 level, this scenario is invalidated. So at the moment I would expect after the 5th wave to the upside in a wave 1, a rather strong wave 2 retracement. So that retracement then should come down into the region, between 24k again and 23.5k. So that is one possibility. There's a couple of options here. So I think this scenario is going to play out should we find resistance at 24,836. If we cannot get above that, then I think we have a really good chance that we come down in this wave 2 and will then go higher. So this is possibility 1. So I would rather give this only alternative status. Therefore I'm going to take out these counts, and the reason is because we are going quite strong to the upside here. So I'm giving this the alternative. But this wave 1 is not allowed to go above 24,836, plus minus a few dollars. I mean, prices are too dynamic and we've got different exchanges as well. So this is the alternative. And then we would get higher in a wave 3 afterwards. So this is the bullish wave count. So that's the short-term bullish one. Again, any short-term wave distortions that happen here, if they don't invalidate completely a wave 2 and take out the impulses, then the medium time frame bullish wave count doesn't change at all. It remains completely unaffected. Like we had that dip here yesterday, the day before yesterday. If things like that happen, they don't invalidate necessarily the bullish wave count. They are just distorting the wave on the short time frame. So I think now more likely with this pump that is currently happening here, I think it's more likely that we've actually seen here a wave 1, make that another color, a wave 1, and that this here was a wave 2, and that here we've possibly seen another 1, 2, and we can push higher. So based on that, if this was another 1, 2, then we would expect first of all a wave 3 to emerge, and I can give you a target for that as well. And if you see weakness here or now, it's probably this wave 2. If we push higher, it will be this wave 3, and I can give you a target for this wave 3 as well. So for that, we take the length of the wave 1 and look at the Fibonacci extensions here. 25,819 would be the target here for this 1.618 extension, ideally higher. This is very close to that key level that I mentioned to you before, which is 25,755, I believe it was, plus minus a few dollars. This is the ideal level for a bearish scenario to get to before we come down. So this is the key zone here, a key decision zone up there between 25,750 roughly in that region, but it's also the target for the wave 3. So I do in this primary expectation now, I expect higher prices. In the alternative, I would expect that we finish that wave 1 here soon and we'll come down and then move up. Okay, so the only difference is a bit of a retracement here. Looking at the moment interesting. Hopefully you like the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well. And you can find the links for those in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.